You know how everyone's been looking up at the skies for UFOs? Yeah, apparently we've been looking in the wrong direction. Because according to a US congressman, the real aliens might be under the ocean. That's right, not Mars, not Area 51, not your weird neighbor who eats pizza with a fork. The ocean. Welcome to the wild, slippery, and possibly extraterrestrial theory that has the internet spiraling the idea that aliens might be living in secret underwater bases off the coast of the United States. Grab your snorkel, because we're diving deep literally into the 10 most mind-bending facts behind this new oceanic alien mystery. 1. The congressman who dropped the bombshell. Let's start with the guy who started the chaos. Congressman Tim Burchett, Tennessee, a man who sits on the House Oversight Committee for UFOs, which already sounds like the world's coolest group chat, during a sidewalk interview because apparently that's where government secrets get leaked now. Burchett casually drops that there may be 5 or 6 undersea bases off the US coast, where non-human entities might be hiding. Yeah, 5 or 6, as if he's talking about Starbucks locations. The internet lost its mind. Number underwater aliens trended faster than a Kardashian breakup. But before we dismiss it as political weirdness, he wasn't the only one saying it. 2. The mysterious sightings at sea. Burchett claimed he's spoken to naval personnel who've seen unidentified underwater crafts, also known as USOs, or unidentified submerged objects. Apparently, these things move at hundreds of miles per hour underwater while our most advanced submarines barely hit 40. Let that sink in. Something is zipping around in the ocean like Aquaman with a jet engine, and no one knows what it is. And it's not just one sighting. Burchett said there are multiple deep-sea hotspots, 5 or 6, to be exact, where these crafts keep showing up on radar, sonar, and military law. You know, it's bad when even submariners are like, yeah, something's down there and it's faster than our budget. So where exactly are these alien bases? Well, let's just say the Bahamas aren't just for honeymoons anymore. 3. The Bahamas base theory enter. Dr. Michael Salla, author, researcher, and man with a kind of hair that screams, "I know something you don't." According to him, one of these alien bases is allegedly near AUTEC, the Atlantic Undersea Test and Evaluation Center, a U.S. Navy facility near the Bahamas. And here's where it gets spooky. AUTEC has long been nicknamed the Underwater Area 51. To the right of AUTEC is a region called the Tongue of the Ocean, a deep trench that drops 3,000 feet almost instantly. Perfect for submarines, or for something else that doesn't want to be found. And apparently locals have reported seeing crafts diving into the water at impossible speeds and coming out again without a splash. Now, I don't know what you've seen at the beach, but unless dolphins have upgraded to warp drive, that's weird. 4. Whistleblowers in JP, the insider's tail doctor. Salla claims he spoke to 2 eyewitnesses, one of whom is a U.S. Army whistleblower codenamed JP. JP allegedly claims to have visited one of these bases where he saw advanced vehicles and non-human entities. And before you roll your eyes, yes, it sounds like the start of a Netflix sci-fi series. But here's the thing. Salla says these sources are credible. He says they're backed by high-ranking officials and intelligence insiders. If that's true, it means we're not talking about a random Reddit post. We're talking about people with clearance, and potentially, creatures with a real estate portfolio under the sea. 5. The speed problem. Let's pause on that speed claim because it's one of the strangest details. Burchett said U.S. Navy sonar operators have tracked objects moving at hundreds of miles per hour underwater. Physics says that's impossible. Water is 784 times denser than air. So moving that fast underwater would generate enough heat and pressure to melt steel, yet these things just glide like they're late for an intergalactic meeting. So either aliens have invented the underwater Tesla, or something's happening that we simply don't understand. Either way, it's humbling, because apparently humans know more about the moon than we do about our own ocean floor. And that's not a joke. That's a NASA fact. 6. Why the ocean makes the perfect hideout. Think about it. If you were an alien race trying to observe humans, would you hover in the sky where everyone can film you with an iPhone 13? Or would you chill at the bottom of the ocean where no one ever looks? It's genius. The ocean covers 71% of Earth's surface, and more than 80% of it remains unexplored. That's basically the ultimate Airbnb for intergalactic travelers. Privacy guaranteed. No Wi-Fi, no Karens. If they've been hiding there for millennia, as Burchett suggests, it could explain the bizarre UFO reports that begin and end near the sea. 7. The ancient connection. Burchett hinted that these entities may have been here for thousands of years, which sounds wild until you realize it fits ancient myths almost perfectly. Think about it. Every culture has ocean gods. The Greeks had Poseidon, the Japanese have Ryujin, the Sumerians had Oannes, a fish-like being who emerged from the sea to teach humanity knowledge. Could those myths have roots in real encounters? Were our ancestors just describing visitors from the deep? If so, the aliens didn't come to Earth, they've been under it the whole time. Number 8. Skeptics are having none of it. Of course, not everyone's buying it. Critics point out that there's no solid evidence, no artifacts, no clear footage, no alien selfie with the caption "Number Undersea Life." Most of the claims are anecdotal, based on testimony from military personnel, and while that's intriguing, it's not proof. Scientists remind us that sonar glitches, natural gas bubbles, and unknown sea life can create strange ratings. And that's true. But then again, it's also true that humans once thought giant squids were myths, until we literally caught one on camera in 2004. So yeah, science takes time to catch up. Number 9. The government's deep silence. What's weirder than the claim itself? The government's silence. Neither the U.S. Navy nor the Department of Defense has publicly denied Burchett's statement. No press conference. No debunking. Just crickets. And when it comes to UFOs, silence can be louder than denial. Because when governments don't dismiss something, that's when people start to think, wait, are they hiding something? We saw the same thing with the UAP hearings earlier this year. Officials admitted under oath that non-human biologics have been recovered. So if we've already admitted UFOs exist, why not USOs too? 10. What if it's all true? Let's play devil's advocate for a second. If this is true, if aliens have undersea bases off our coasts, what does that mean? It means we're not the apex species on this planet. We're just tenants. And it also means that the world's most mysterious ecosystem, the deep ocean, might be shared. Not just with fish and whales, but with something older, smarter, and quieter. Something that's been watching us evolve from afar and occasionally making a cameo. And maybe that's why they never attack. Maybe they're just observing the chaos above sea level, thinking, yeah, we're not dealing with those guys. Whatever the truth is, one thing's clear. The ocean is not as empty as we think. And next time you're at the beach, staring out at the horizon, remember something might be staring back. If this story made you think twice about your next swimming trip, smash that like button like a sonar ping hitting an alien submarine. Subscribe for more stories where the line between truth and mystery gets blurrier than ever. And tell me in the comments if aliens are hiding underwater, do you think they're studying us or avoiding us? Because if I were them, I'd stay under too.